As हम है ना, we continue our venture, joint venture, and today we discuss retirement of a partner from an existing partnership firm, which will be obviously followed by death of a partner next year. Now you better understand one thing. From an existing partnership firm, let us say A, B, and C were three partners having profits or losses in the ratio of 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Mr. B, partner B, retires from the partnership firm. He goes out. Now तुम बोलोगे why an existing partner wants to retire from the existing partnership firm? उसके कई सारे reasons हो सकते. Reason number 1, old age, his own health issues. Reason number 3, he in dispute with other two partners. This continuously disagreement happening between A, B, and C. 4, he feels there is no future for the product in which they are dealing in. 5, he got married, his wife said you will not continue to work with A and B. I mean A and C. Blah blah. Why should I bother? Actually speaking. He is going out. So obviously, up till now this profits or losses were distributed among 3 partners. Henceforth, it will be distributed among 2 partners. So at the time of retirement, there is gain, benefit to new partners. Now, why there is benefit gain to new partners? Sir, come on. Up till now, the profits or losses will be divided or distributed among 3 parties, 3 partners. Now, it will be distributed among 2 parties, 2 partners. So, naturally, there is gain, benefit for the new partners. That is partners after admission. In my example, A and C will continue. Now, this retiring partner will take away on the date of again. Number 1 is capital. Number 2 is the share of dividend. And number 3 is share of profits minus losses. किसी भी हालत में when you close retiring partners capital account, his capital balance should be included, his share of profit minus losses should be included, and his share of goodwill must be included. On the date of retirement, it is possible that you pay off the total dues of the retiring. Possible. Or you pay only 50%. The 50% will be transferred to loan. Or entire 100% is transferred to loan. Come what may, you will not continue the balance amount payable to the retiring partner as retiring partner's capital because he is retiring. So whether he is 100% paid or 100% not paid, his capital balance will not continue as capital balance. Yes, of course, you have not paid him. It will continue as a loan in the personal name of the retiring. And such loan, as per provisions of Indian Partnership Act, should carry at least 6% minimum interest. So what entry you will pass to close, settle retiring partners capital account? It is retiring partners capital account debit. To cash or bank account or to बोलो retiring partners account. Now, he might be paid fully, he might be paid partly. In that case, part of the amount will go to cash and bank, part of the amount will go to loan. You will be given instructions. If no instructions are given, and it is not even in the problem that you have paid a single rupee also to him, then the entire amount is payable to his personal loaner, which will continue to appear in balance sheet liability side on the date of retirement. There are many more points that we will now discuss. One share of profit. Reopen again. जो B का शेयर ऑफ प्रॉफिट होगा दैट विल बी टेकन केयर बाय टेकन ओवर बाय A and C. So if I compare A's gain with that of बोलो C's gain, whose gain? C's gain. I will get what? Gain ratio. Say one third, one third, one third is the old ratio, right? ये इतना शेयर जो है ये ए ने टेक ओवर किया और इतना जो शेयर है वो सी ने टेक ओवर किया है. So can I say this portion is gain for A? Yes. And this portion is gain for C? Yes. And what will be the new ratio for Mr. A? Is one portion. ये ऑटो पे जाएगा तो तकलीफ देगा. Okay. So can I say मोटामोटी gain is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. Look at the diagram and understand, no need to ratta. So gain will be new ratio minus old ratio. By looking at gain, we can find out gain ratio. Step 1, numerator 1, 2. Next, after understanding how to calculate gain ratio, now let us concentrate on how to calculate new ratio. सबसे पहले, when the partner is retiring, an existing partner is retiring from the partnership firm, the other two partners, continuing partners, or you can call them as new partners, can decide a specific new ratio in which they wish to continue. In that case, in my standard example, A, B, C are partners, B retires. Their old ratio was 1 by 3, 1 by 3. A and C may decide after B's discontinuation that they wish to share the profits and losses equally. Or 2 by 5, 3 by 5. Yeah, 5 by 7, 2 by 7. See, if A and C will decide a particular ratio in which they will continue, we were not sitting on the same table when they decided. So examiner should give us information regarding new ratio. Then in that case, new ratio will be as per such specific instructions. हमको कुछ कैलकुलेट नहीं करना है, no stress. So first point is direct information will be given regarding new ratio. If you are not given any direct information regarding A and C's profit sharing ratio post B's retirement, then you must understand it simply means A and C did not bother to arrive at a new ratio in which they wish to continue the business. Means A and C का ratio same होगा. Of course, if it was 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, it was 1 out of 3 because B was also a partner. Now A's profit will remain 1 share only. C's profit will also remain 1 share only. But it will not be 1 out of 3, but it will be 1 out of 2. So it will be 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Are you clear? First find out whether they have given us specific information regarding new ratio. If such instructions are not given, then we will calculate new ratio in this manner. Step 1, ignore retiring partner's share of profit. Step 2, numerator will remain the same for new partners. Add both the numerators to get the new denominator. So basically it is 1 and 1. So total 2 shares. Out of 2 shares, A will have 1 share. Out of 2 shares, C will have 1 share. Because B has 1. That's all. So in retirement chapter as well as death chapter, old ratio, we will be always given instructions. If no instructions are given, it will be always equal as per Indian partnership. How to calculate gain ratio and how to calculate new ratio. We always have a style where first we learn how to calculate ratios and now we should know which ratio to use where. And yes, I am not talking about anything else, but I am talking about your third discussion. And third discussion is regarding retirement debt chapter regarding your goodwill. As discussed earlier, retiring partner while leaving the partnership firm is going to take away his share of goodwill. So whether you understand or not, retiring partners share of goodwill must be credited to his capital account. That is our object. Now this can be done in different ways. We divide it as Roman 1. When retiring partners share of goodwill amount is adjusted among new partners in gain ratio. How to calculate gain ratio we have already discussed, so let us not waste time on that. Now we sit and calculate what? We sit and calculate what? We sit and calculate what? Gain ratio. I'm audible? Yeah, thanks. So when we sit and calculate this gain ratio, what are the various steps that we will consider? कोई step web नहीं है, simple logic है. B is going out, so B is going to take away his share of goodwill amount. So B's capital account must be credited, who is a retiring partner. After B's retirement, B is a share of goodwill amount का credit later on. A and C will get extra. That is the gain that they will have. So from partnership firm's point of view, see, we are accountants of partnership firm. I always say in the class, who are you? Partnership firm. Look through the eyes of partnership firm. Think from the point of view of partnership firm. Step into the shoes of partnership firm. Who are you? Accountant of partnership firm. You're not supposed to think from partner ABC point of view. So for partnership firm, how the transaction goes? How the transaction goes for partnership firm? It is receivable from new partners and payable to retiring partners. Now you will say, why it is receivable from new partners? No, because they will be getting the benefit. The credit of retiring partners' share of goodwill amount will be given to the new partners in future in gain ratio. Therefore, that much amount is receivable from the new partners in gain ratio and payable to the retiring partner. That's what partnership firm will follow logic. So what entry partnership firm will pass? Can you tell me? New partners capital account debit to retiring partners capital account. और इसका लॉजिक क्या है? What is the meaning of this entry? Can anybody tell me what is the logic of this entry? Retiring partners share of goodwill amount is receivable from new partners and payable to retiring partner in gain ratio. अब क्या है ना, although I'm going to adjust retiring partner share of goodwill in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio, I'm not actually going to sit and calculate gain ratio in the exams. और उसका मेन रीजन ये है, कोई एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन में ABC old ratio 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 New ratio is 5 by 6, 1 by 6. Now here when I say to calculate gain, gain is equal to new ratio minus, बोलिए, old ratio. So 5 by 6 minus 1 by 3 and 1 by 6 minus 1 by 3. आपको मैच्योरिटी होनी चाहिए. ओवरऑल बी जाने से देयर इज अ गेन, बिकॉज बी का जो 1/3 शेयर है उसका बेनिफिट या तो सिर्फ ए को मिलेगा या सी को मिलेगा या ए एंड सी दोनों को मिलेगा. इसमें आपकी सोच में समझ में आना चाहिए दैट यहां पे दिस विल बिकम 5 minus 2 upon 6 and this will become 1 minus 2 upon 6. सो यहां पे सी का जो गेन है ना वो नेगेटिव है. तो बोलेगे सर आप क्या बराबर कर रहे हो, गेन थोड़ी नेगेटिव होता है. सी नेगेटिव तो है ही ना. दिस बिकम्स -1/6. सो इट इज वेरी मच नेगेटिव. सर हाउ कम gain and negative? See, you should be well matured to understand the situation that B का शेयर तो A ने टेक ओवर किया ही है, प्लस C का भी कुछ शेयर A ने टेक ओवर किया है. That is what they have agreed. Earlier, C was getting one share out of 3 shares. Now, post B's retirement, he is going to have one share out of 6 shares. Now, that is his wish. That is his decision. So, B जाने से जो प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग रेशियो चेंज हुआ बिटवीन ए एंड सी, उसमें ए को बी का शेयर तो मिलता ही है, प्लस इज गेटिंग समथिंग फ्रॉम सी. ऐसे में हमारा अगर गेन रेशियो नेगेटिव आया तो हम एंट्री कैसे बात करेंगे. इसीलिए हम एग्जाम मेथड यूज करेंगे जिसमें वी विल नेवर एवर कैलकुलेट गेन रेशियो. तुम बोलोगे सर या क्या बोल रहे हो, यू ओनली स्टार्टेड के रोमन 1 यानी retiring partner share of goodwill amount should be adjusted in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio. ये आप ही ने खुद बोला, लॉजिक भी समझाया, हमको समझ में भी आया. वी नो हाउ टू कैलकुलेट गेन रेशियो. Then you gave us example and it was a wow moment for us because actually the gain of C was negative. So sir, then you said कि you have to use some exam method, नीरज sir's method. आपको जो नाम देना है वो ठोको. चलो ठीक है. और इसका पर्पस ये है कि हमको गेन रेशियो नेगेटिव आता है इसके लिए. तो मैंने क्या बोला कि मैं गेन रेशियो कैलकुलेट ही नहीं करूं. अरे सर ये क्या बात हुई. यस, विल गिव द हेडिंग in the working note. Retiring partner share of goodwill amount is adjusted in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio, but in that calculation we will not find out gain ratio. Okay, answer would remain the same. That I will prove it right now in front of you. It's a lengthy video, but then it is a conceptual video. I will not be teaching this part again and again. Got it? First, I am showing you an example where the gain ratio is positive, and I will show you the calculation gain ratio से क्या entry आती है. And then same calculation I will show you by my method, where we don't waste time to calculate gain ratio, but we get exactly the same answer. Okay, if I do only show you this much, then it is magic. But of course, I will give you the logic behind that. It's a new example, fresh example, concentrate, focus. Total value of goodwill is 90,000. and C's share of goodwill amount is to be adjusted amount A and C in gain ratio. ऐसा आपको इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिया है. Okay. First, I am using traditional method, normal method, where I am solving the problem by gain ratio only. So, for example, A, B, C, old ratio is 1 by 3, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. New ratio is 1 by 2, 1 by 2. Therefore, gain is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. So gain ratio is 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2, 1 by, I'm sorry, what I'm writing. I'm extremely sorry. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. So LCM is 6, 3 3s are, 3 2s are, 3 minus 2. This is also 3 minus 2. So this becomes 1 upon 6. This also becomes 1 upon 6. This is gain. Can I say the total gain of A and C must be equivalent to B is a share of profit? Of course, yes. So आप add करो 1 by 6, 1 by 6. You will get 2 by 6 and 2 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 3. So whatever we have done up till now is absolutely perfect. You can counter check your answer. Now, therefore, gain ratio will be step 1, numerator remains the same. Add both the numerators and get the new denominator. So हमने gain ratio को calculate किया. Gain ratio हमारा आया 1 by 2, 1 by 2. ठीक है. This is positive. So no problem with that. Working note number 2. Calculation of B's share of goodwill. B's share is equal to total value of goodwill multiplied by B's share. So the total value of goodwill is how much? बोलो जल्दी. Total value of goodwill is how much? Total value of goodwill is 90,000. उसमें से B का शेयर है 1. So that comes to 30,000. Working note number 3. B's share of goodwill amount is adjusted in accounts of A and C in gain ratio. Printing mistake. B share of goodwill A and C. Gain ratio is 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So it is 15,000 and 15,000. Receivable from A, so debit. Receivable from C, so also debit. So my final accounting entry is A's capital account debit 15,000. C's capital account debit 15,000 to B's capital account 30,000. कोई ट्विस्ट नहीं, कोई टेंशन नहीं, एकदम smoothly we could get the things. Why? Because you could see that the gain ratio is positive. Now, हमको अल्टरनेटिव मेथड यूज करना है, एग्जाम मेथड यूज करना है, और आज के बाद हम वही मेथड से सॉल्व करेंगे. यू नो इट वेरी वेल. सो एग्जाम मेथड में भी मैं हेडिंग वही लिखने वाला हूं. क्या? सीज शेयर ऑफ गुडविल अमाउंट to be adjusted in the accounts of A and C in gain ratio. Sir, फंसाओ मत. We are paying attention. It is not C share of goodwill, it is B share of goodwill. Yes, absolutely right you are. मैंने ऊपर गलती से लिखा था प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक. अब नहीं, it is B share of goodwill. Retiring partner share of goodwill we are adjusting in the accounts of A and C. क्या करने वाले, क्या उतावल मत बना दिया. 1 मिनट ध्यान दे. स्टेप 1, raise total value of goodwill among old partners in old ratio. Sir, with due respect to you, we can't do this because they have said that we are supposed to adjust retiring partner share of goodwill amount in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio. Babu Moshe, I am not going to raise the goodwill in the books. I am raising the goodwill in the working. Do you get this? बुक्स में मैंने गुडविल को रेज नहीं किया, बिल्कुल यानी बिल्कुल नहीं. मैंने सिर्फ वर्किंग नोट में गुडविल को रेज किया है. डू यू गेट दिस? डू यू गेट दिस? डू यू गेट दिस? Only and only in the working note I am going to raise it. Only and only in the working. So this comes to 30,000, 30,000, 30,000. Credit, credit, credit. Books में I am not passing any entry. Step 2. Write off total value of goodwill among new partners in new ratio. बोलिए. half was the new ratio, so 45,000 debit, 45,000 debit. Again, only and only in the working note, not in actual books of accounts. Step 3. Consider net effect of step 1 And step 2. If you consider the net effect, it becomes 15,000 debit, 30,000 credit, 15,000 debit. Yes, no. अभी ये जो नेट इफेक्ट आया, this is what you will record in your books of accounts. Record the same in books. So what will be my journal entry? Is capital account debit 15,000. Is capital account debit 15,000. To बोलो B is capital account. How much? And this is exactly the same entry that we have recorded by distributing retiring partner share of goodwill amount in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio. I didn't bother to calculate any gain ratio by following these 3 steps. It's there right in front of you. तो सर ये ऐसे कैसे आया? सिंपल है भाई. ये जो तेरा नेट इफेक्ट आया ना, that is actually speaking when you say 45 debit minus 30 credit. This 45 debit is as per new ratio. This 30 credit is as per old ratio. So ultimately you are doing new minus old, which is gain only. बट यहां पे आपको नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव का तकलीफ नहीं होगा बिकॉज इट इज डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट. सो आज के बाद किसी ने भी बोला ना रोमन 1, तो रोमन 1 का मतलब है वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट रिटायरिंग पार्टनर्स शेयर ऑफ गुडविल इन द अकाउंट्स ऑफ कंटिन्यूइंग पार्टनर्स इन गेन रेशियो, बट वी विल नेवर एवर फाइंड आउट गेन रेशियो इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल. We will follow exam method. Exam method में we have to follow 3 steps. Step 1, we raise the total value of goodwill among old partners in old ratio in the working note. Step 2, we write off the total value of goodwill among new partners in new ratio in the working note. Step 3, we consider the net effect of step 1 and step 2 and record the same in the books. That entry is going to be exactly the same as if retiring partner share of goodwill is adjusted in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio. Am I very loud and clear about what I am discussing? So last time I am speaking, I know I am repetitive, but this is very important. I have to hammer this in your mind. Roman 1 in retirement debt chapter is to adjust retiring partner share of goodwill in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio, but we are never ever going to find out gain ratio in the examination hall. We will always follow exam method. In exam method, we will follow 3 steps. Step 1, raise the total value of goodwill among old partners in old ratio in the working note. Step 2, write off the total value of goodwill among new partners in new ratio in the working note. Step 3, consider the net effect of step 1 and step 2 and record the same in the books. This entry remains exactly the same as if retiring partner share of goodwill amount is adjusted in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio. Am I very loud and clear? Yes. After Roman 1, it is when specifically instructions are given that we have to adjust retiring partner share of goodwill amount in the accounts of continuing partners in gain ratio. इस ऑप्शन को एक्टिवेट पार्टनर्स ऑब्वियसली कर सकते, but mind it, it is not the only way in which you can give retiring partner or deceased partner his or her share of goodwill. So there is Roman 2. And in Roman 2, there is capital A and capital B. Now, what is this capital A? Raise total value of goodwill among old partners इन ओल्ड रेशियो। इससे क्या होगा? रिटायरिंग पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट विल बी क्रिएटेड बाय हिज शेयर ऑफ गुडविल. The other two partners capital account also will be created by their share of goodwill. See, my object is not to credit other partners capital account right now. But if the credit goes to their capital account, there is nothing wrong. Most important thing is we are crediting retiring partners capital account by his share of goodwill. तुम बोलोगे सर लेकिन आप वापस अपने AS-26 के गाइडलाइंस को ओवरराइड किया, बिकॉज आपने अगर गुडविल को रेस किया तो इनटेंजिबल एसेट बैलेंस शीट एसेट साइड आ गया विदाउट कैश कॉस्ट कंसिडरेशन. तो इसको आप क्या करेंगे? ऑफ कोर्स आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू जस्ट रेज इट एंड राइट ऑफ अमंग न्यू पार्टनर्स इन न्यू रेशियो. आप बोलेंगे सर क्या आपको उल्लू बनाते हो? रोमन 1 में तो आपने यही किया. हाँ, मैंने किया यही है, but that was in the working note. Now this I will do it in books of accounts. I will raise the goodwill among old partners in old ratio by passing the entry goodwill account debit to old partners capital account, and immediately I will write off this goodwill amount among new partners in new ratio by passing the entry new partners capital account debit to goodwill. Am I very loud and clear? मुझे न्यू पार्टनर्स को ओल्ड पार्टनर्स को कितना क्रेडिट किया कितना डेबिट किया से कोई लेना देना नहीं. माय ऑब्जेक्ट इज टू गिव क्रेडिट टू द रिटायरिंग. सो फर्स्ट वन, रेज टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ गुडविल among old partners in old ratio, and my entry will be goodwill account debit is capital account. बोलो. B is capital account and 2 C is capital account. मेरा मेन ऑब्जेक्ट अचीव हुआ कि नहीं? तो हुआ. क्या? What is the main object? Please tell me. What is the main object? What is the main object? Main object is to credit retiring partner by his share goodwill. That is very much achieved. अब ये जो गुडविल रेज हुआ है उसको हम क्या करेंगे? उसको हम राइट ऑफ करेंगे. राइट ऑफ गुडविल अमाउंट न्यू पार्टनर्स in new ratio. So what entry debit was? A is capital account debit, C is capital account debit to goodwill account. आप मुझे बोलेंगे सर इसका नेट इफेक्ट वही होगा ना, न्यू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट टू रिटायरिंग पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट विल बी क्रेडिटेड एंड न्यू पार्टनर्स कैपिटल अकाउंट विल बी डेबिटेड इन गेन रेशियो. नेट इफेक्ट वही होगा. 100% yes. But here we are going to raise the goodwill in the books, so it will be shown, and then we will write off in the books. That also will be shown. This is capital A. Capital B is partners will say why should we raise the total value of goodwill? अभी रिटायरिंग पार्टनर जा रहा है तो रिटायरिंग पार्टनर के कैपिटल अकाउंट में उसका शेयर ऑफ गुडविल क्रेडिट होना चाहिए. तो वी विल रेज ओनली रिटायरिंग पार्टनर शेयर ऑफ गुडविल. and credit only returning partner's capital. And we will write off also only his share of goodwill amount among new partners in new ratio. Even that's fine. So, capital B is retiring partners' share of goodwill amount. Being raised and credited to his capital account and then write off the sale among who? New partners in new ratio. Understood? Understood. So here my first entry will be raise cap. Raise only retiring partners share of goodwill amount. So guys, we have decided to raise only retiring partner share of goodwill account, right? So what entry will pass? Goodwill account debit. To retiring partners capital account. If his share of goodwill in our example was 30, I have debited 30,000 to goodwill account and credited his capital account by 30,000. That's all. We are not crediting. It is not mandatory to credit the other two partners' capital account now. So they have decided not to take the credit. That's their choice. और ये जो गुडविल अभी रेज हुआ है सिर्फ उसी गुडविल अवार्ड को हम क्या करेंगे राइट ऑफ करेंगे सो रिटायरिंग पार्टनर्स शेयर ऑफ गुडविल अमाउंट written off among new partners in new ratio. And what entry we will pass for the same? New partners capital account debit. सो ऐसे देखा जाए तो रोमन 1 एंड रोमन 2 यही ट्रीटमेंट है लेकिन रोमन 2 में कैपिटल ए कैपिटल बी कैपिटल ए इज वी रेज द टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ गुडविल इन द बुक्स एंड वी राइट ऑफ ऑल्सो टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ गुडविल इन द बुक्स Capital B में we raise only his share of goodwill, retiring partner share of goodwill, deceased partner share of goodwill, and credit only his capital account. And we definitely then write off also only his share of goodwill. Whether it is capital A or capital B, if it is Roman 2, it will be shown in books of accounts. If it is not to be shown in books of accounts, we do the same thing, but in the working note. And whatever is the net effect of goodwill amount being raised among old partners in old ratio and goodwill amount being written off among new partners in new ratio, उसका जो net effect है वही हम books में record करते हैं. I hope the goodwill part is absolutely clear. Now the next thing is, whenever we sit in the examination hall, we should be able to solve the problem fluently. Because examiner can draft the adjustment the way they want, and then it puts pressure on us. Because then we start gathering, so there's a protocol that we always follow. We have steps to solve the problem, just like admission of money. So the next discussion on the platter is steps to solve the problem. मोहन साहब ने डेथ भी लिख दिया. सी एक चीज समझ लो, इन केस ऑफ रिटायरमेंट or in case of death, what is the fundamental difference? In case of retirement, he is retiring from the partnership. In case of death of a partner, he is retiring from his own life. But if he is retiring from his own life, he is also going out from the partnership. In retirement chapter, you can pay to the retiring partner. In death chapter, you can't pay to the deceased part because cost of transportation will be more. So the amount will be payable to his legal heir. Heir, थोड़े बहुत बच्चे. Okay. If the legal heir is not there because he is छोटा सा, नन्ना सा, प्यारा सा, बच्चा है, below 18, he is executor. So will you pay them immediately? No, it will be payable to them. So either it will be transferred to his legal heirs loan account, or it will be transferred to executor's loan. Then we can discharge. That's the only difference. So steps to solve for retirement and death and goodwill treatment remains exactly the same in both the chapters. Step 1 is we write down the opening balances of partners capital account, cash and bank account, and goodwill account, if any. Step 2 is we distribute undistributed profits or losses among old partners in old issue. I don't want to explain the same logic again, but just to make it clear. Till the date of retirement, whatever is his share in the profit and whatever is his share in the loss, we will have to either credit to his capital account or debit to his capital. So past profits में retiring partner का share था तो उसका capital account credit होना चाहिए. That's the reason we should distribute it now. In case of undistributed losses, the same logic will be applied. In case of profits, what entry will pass? Undistributed profits account debit to partner's capital account. Profits will no longer continue because we are distributing. So profits will have credit balance, undistributed profits. उसको cancel कर दिया तो हमने debit कर दिया. And the profits are payable to the partner. So partner's capital account is credited. That's accounting. I'm not repeating that again by writing. And in case of undistributed losses, what entry will pass? Partner's capital account debit, old partner's capital account debit to undistributed losses. Let's complete the formality. For distribution of undistributed profits, undistributed profits account debit to old partners capital account B. This was step 2. Step 3 is pause the entries. For goodwill adjustments. यहाँ पे just like admission, you will not write for what do you say, capital, because capital those का हो गए is an existing partner, right? तो जब हम ओपनिंग बैलेंस लिखेंगे तो रिटायरिंग पार्टनर का भी कैपिटल ऑटोमेटिकली उसके कैपिटल अकाउंट में क्रेडिट साइड आएगा एज ओपनिंग बैलेंस. Step 4. Your favorite, my favorite. Pass the entries. For what? For revaluation of assets or and liabilities through revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account. Yes, इसमें A will be asset value is going up. Your entry will be asset account debit to profit and loss adjustment account or revaluation account. B, asset value going down, profit and loss adjustment account debit, yeah, to asset account. C, liability value going down, liabilities account debit to revaluation account. And D, liabilities value going up, revaluation account debit to liabilities account. Give 2 minutes to go through this. I don't want any confusion. 1 minute for you to understand this so that there is no confusion. After we finish our step 4, that is we go for revaluation of all assets or liabilities, etc., etc. Step 5 is we close revaluation account or profit and loss adjustment account and distribute the profit or loss among old partners. Among whom? Old partners in what? In what? Bolo? In which ratio? Among old partners in which ratio? Tell me. In old ratio. Small a. In case of profit, the entry would be, यहाँ बोलेंगे सर ए और बी ने अपने प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस एडजस्टमेंट लिखा, सी और डी में अपने रिवैल्यूएशन लिखा. नक्की क्या लिखेंगे? सी, इफ यू प्रिपेयर रिवैल्यूएशन अकाउंट, यू राइट रिवैल्यूएशन. You write profit loss adjustment, you write profit loss adjustment. Both are one and the same. जो अकाउंट बनाने को बोला है, sometimes they specifically say prepare pre-profit and loss adjustment account. Then you have to prepare profit loss adjustment account. Sometimes they will say prepare revaluation account. Then you have to write revaluation account. I think that much so you understand now. I have purposely written two different things so that you to make you realize that it is same. आप जो अकाउंट बनाएंगे उधर ही रिकॉर्ड. Hello. Oh, so in case of profit, the entry would be revaluation account debit to old partners. Hmm? Capital. Or B. In case of loss, old partners capital account debit. Hmm. Revaluation. Done. This was step 5. Now step 6. Pass the entry hmm, for retiring partners share of profit for intermediate period. Intermediate period यानी difference between the date of balance sheet, last balance sheet and date of return. In case of death, it will be from last balance sheet till the date of death. So my entry will be, we open a temporary account called profit and loss suspense account, which will appear on the asset side on the date of retirement, death. To which account? To what? Profit and loss suspense account debit. To what? Bolo? To retiring partners account. In case of death, we call it as deceased part. This was step 6. Step 7. Close. Retiring partners capital account and settle his account as per information. His account is closed, so his capital account must be debited to cash or bank account or close all other accounts and prepare change. Janagana 1. Stick to these steps apart from the detailed discussion I had for your retirement chapter. For death chapter, I will come up with only 5 minutes explanation because most of the things are same. I have spoken in between what is same, but I will come up with a 5 minutes lecture, 5 to 10 minutes lecture on death also, so that the struggle goes away. Thanks. Hum hai na continues. Bye.